Right, welcome back to the channel, guys. This is a course vlog from Seascale, filmed by Harry Flower. And before this starts, you're going to see some like really nice shots of this golf course, and the way it's filmed. I think Harry's done a great job. We actually climbed Seascale in the morning, which you're going to see in the background here. That's 3,000 feet. We climbed that in the morning, and then when I was walking down, we're trying to find a golf course that's sort of on the way home, because we're heading back to Devon, which is like 7 hours down the road, and Seascale is literally, you know, half an hour from the bottom of Seascale. So we got a tee time, teeing off here at about 5 p.m. And one thing to say, the audio that was collected from the camera is because it's like a 40-mile-an-hour northwesterly wind. The wind noise was really bad, so I thought I'd add a little bit of audio in there. Add a bit of wind noise just to make it feel like you're there. And I'm just going to talk through the rounds, because this is pretty much what I'm going to be doing for a lot of my tournament rounds this year now. I've got a cameraman coming with me. First event is next week. He's going to be filming the round from a distance, and I'm going to be commentating over. So let's get into what's going on, because it is 8:30 in the morning and I've just had a coffee and a vitamin drink. So if you're thinking about leaving a bad comment, then just think twice, because I've had my vitamins this morning. Right, look at that background. That is unreal, isn't it? As a view from a first green, and the other side's like the sea. Hence the name Seascale. So this is the first hole. It's 200. It's only like, wow, it's 300 yards uphill, but it was straight into the wind, sort of straight into slightly off the left. So I hit driver and left myself. I think I only managed to get it up there at like 260, because it was uphill into that bitter. That is my dog. All right, dog. Yeah, sorry about that. So I hold a putt for par on the first, which was a nice start. Second hole is I think it's about 350-360 yards. So I'm just trying to get one down here with 4-iron. In fact, that's a lie. I've got my utility iron, the new one from Cobra. This is probably one of my favorite clubs in the bag. So it's like standard at 17.5 degrees. I've just recently de-lofted it down to 16, so it's an absolute weapon. This left me, I think I had somewhere in the region of 65 yards. Wind into out the left, so I'm just trying to hit a little 56 here, sort of keep it from, you know, rising up in the wind, and actually hit quite a good shot here. Got it pin high, left myself around 10 foot for birdie. Now the greens here were pretty good. This is, you know, as good as you're going to see at this time of year. Now, a lot of the guys commenting from abroad are saying in the course vlogs that have been released early that, you know, the greens don't look great, but it's just the reality of, you know, golf courses in England at this time of year. There's no growth. It's so cold. I mean, it's literally like 2 degrees here and a wind chill of like -5. So there really is no growth, so you can't expect the greens to be unreal at this time of year. But despite that, they were still, you know, as good as you're going to see. So just missed that, just misjudged the speed there. So that is a par start. Now we've got a very interesting par 4. As you can see, it like dog legs round to the right. There's OB that goes around the right side of the hole. And what did I do? I absolutely bailed. So this is a terrible golf shot. Just missed it big left. So it's sort of a left going left one. The wind was in out of the right. And left myself, I think this was just over 200 yards to the flag, and I could just about see where the green was from here. So this is on the next hole, just past the tee, and I'm hitting over a few sand dunes. You won't see this come down because it comes down sort of like left side of the screen, just inside that bunker. End up coming up short. I actually thought I hit a good 4-iron from 200 yards, so this just shows you how cold and strong that wind is. But I hit a really good pitch shot. It's definitely a part of my game that's improved quite a lot. Thank God. If you could see where it was last year, you'd understand. So I've got 5 foot here, and after doing my salute, which looks questionable, I gave this like a ball and a half outside right edge, which is quite a lot, but trusted the aim point, and yeah, hit a good putt. So not a bad par save. After that, we got a 300-yard par 4, and this is down off of the right now, wind sort of going over right shoulder. You can see the green up there in the distance. The trouble here is short, and there was nothing long. So instead of, I mean, this is the 3-wood that I've got all day for distance wise with a bit of downwind, but I just thought I'd rather get it through the green and be chipping back into the wind. Ended up missing this right. I hit a few sort of like big rights with the driver, missing it sort of like 40 right of target with driver today. This is one of them. Ended up hitting a provisional ball, but didn't really need it, because the beauty of the occasional links course, or some of the links courses, is that there is, you know, there is room in places, which is always nice when you miss it that far right. So I think I had to actually get a yardage, even though I was pin eye. So it was about 45 yards I had. Wind was down off the left, and Flower is actually filming behind the green, so I'm trying to basically take short out, because there's a big mound and run off short. So I thought I'll give it enough club, and I hit Flower on the foot, and obviously Flower's reaction was massive, so the camera went everywhere. I clipped him on the toe. But anyway, I'll just try to simulate what the ball have actually done. So just chucked it down on the floor. It released to the back of the green. So now I've got a big putt for birdie, which just sort of like gets away from you and heads down to the right. But got to be said, this is some of the stuff that Flower's doing at the moment is pretty cool, and he's really becoming a very good videographer and photographer. And credit where credit's due. I think you're gonna agree with me that some of the shots here are pretty sick. I mean, it may not be in the classic way that you've seen course vlogs before, where you can always, you know, see the whole player, but as a bit more of like an arty way of doing a course vlog, just for a change. I think this comes off pretty cool. And what do you think about the shoes? Leave your comments down below. I think they're sick, especially, yeah, these ones are just nice. So moving on to, I think this was 157 yards. Wind was pretty much straight into, slightly off the left. Now this is, I mean, no wind. This is between wedge and 9-iron, because it was playing downhill slightly. So it was probably playing about 152, but this is straight into that bitter wind. So I'm clubbing down to 7-iron and just basically making a shoulder to shoulder swing. And I actually made quite a good swing here. Decent strike. Sort of just feathered up in the wind. Didn't ride it back, and came up short. It just really goes to show how much difference in clubbing it makes when not only is it windy, but it is cold. I left myself, this is actually 45 foot at least, although it doesn't look like that. Uphill to the right, and just hit a really bad putt. Just didn't judge the speed at all. So ended up leaving myself, I think this is about 10 foot, which is not an ideal leave for par. I think I had this moving sort of like a ball to 2 balls possibly off the left side. While I was just playing, leave your comments down below. What do you think of this like style of vlog every now and again? Do you like it? Obviously in future it'd be good if it wouldn't be so windy and you could hear a bit of audio from the actual like tee shots and iron shots as well. But what I'm doing at the moment is purchasing some wireless mics, and I'm getting some dual wireless mics, so when we do something like this, I'll be able to, you know, talk through what I'm doing rather than doing an audio afterwards. Yeah, this is another one of the big rights. So this is par 5, like fairly wide. Fairly wide, and go on. Yeah, so I left myself 185 yards, and I was just looking at the yardage book that Flower had, because he's played an event here when he was a junior. Just looking at this to see what was around the green, there was nothing left, so I ended up missing it left. But yeah, what I was saying, I'm going to get some wireless mics, and I'm getting a dual setup. They're really expensive, but I'm going to invest in the channel, and that means when we play course vlogs, we won't always have to be talking just to the camera. So it's like one-on-one matches, and when it's stuff like this, when I'm just on my own, I'll be able to talk through what I'm doing whilst also getting some really nice angles as well. So you can expect that coming up soon. Anyway, this is, yeah, quite a long part, about 35 foot downhill down the green for eagle, and yeah, not very happy with that. Left myself longer than I should have from this length, from that length. So I think this is about 8 foot, and again, it's quite a sick shot there. Not me, like Harry. So this is just falling away slightly, and yeah, you're just gonna have to trust that that went in. I'm not just like picking it off the green. So this was second par 5 in a row, straight into wind, and you're gonna see a bit of a nice ball flight here. So I'm just trying to keep this slightly lower and basically get it out there as far as I can, because it's a 550 yard par 5. Ended up hitting a really good tee shot here. Got it going out flat and low, obviously ran a bit and got it to 290, which, although it doesn't sound like much, is a big hit when you're playing into, you know, 34 mile, but let's just say 30 mile an hour, a 30 mile an hour northwesterly wind when it's coming down from Iceland. So left myself 265, and this is the strong 3-wood that I got, which is an absolute tank. And look at this. This is the shot of the day for me. Like a low rise, it just got over the bunker lip, which I had to get over off a downslope. Yeah, I was well happy with that. And yeah, it's one of the, I am enjoying the golf clubs from Cobra, and I'm going to do a what's in the bag soon, just to talk through the specs and, you know, the shaft makeup, because I know there's a lot of guys at home that will get quite excited about you know, tip stiffing and, you know, all that stuff. So I will describe that in detail. That sounds really bad, but yeah, I mean, I'm talking about golf pros, not like people that, you know, let's not go there. This is another really cool shot of Flower, not me, again. So that was actually quite a tough chip up a bank, up onto the top. I was trying to play a little chippy 8-iron to get it rolling up. Didn't quite, it sort of like rode the bank round up to the top. 2 putt for par, so not really taking advantage of the ball striking there. This par 3, this is a savage par 3. This is 200 yards, wind into off the left, mostly off the left. And this is, again, really nice golf swing. 5-iron. Just started it just left of the flag, let the wind drift it. And that shot on the previous 3 would definitely, you know, a couple highlights of this 9 holes. And whilst we talk about this 9 holes, it's got to be said that Seascale, just the area that it's on, I know there is like a power plant that you can see, but like, it's just irrelevant if anyone's going to moan about that. Like, just don't look in that direction. But the rest of the background, I mean, you've got the mountain range from the Lake District. It's just such a nice spot to be, and we could only fit in 9 holes because, you know, it was 5 p.m. We'd climbed Scarfell, and we ended up getting home at like 3 in the morning after playing 9 holes. But it's one of those 9 holes where, even though it was freezing cold and I was pretty tired, I was just like really enjoying being out there on the golf course at this place. It's just something about links golf that, I don't know, it just feels so, it feels quite raw, and I definitely want to play some more links golf on the channel this year. I put out a post in the YouTube community the other day and just asked you guys for some recommendations, so I'm definitely going to try and tick off some of those this year. Maybe go on a few like tours. I'd love to go up to Scotland for a trip and play some golf courses around there with some of the local pros. That'd be quite cool. Yeah, made a bit of a mess of this. Left off the tee, and had an awful eye second shot. That was actually quite a good chip shot to here, so got this for par. Another little aim point and a salute to the gods. It's either that or the man that we will not speak about on this channel. Yeah, I won't go there again because that will ruin the tone of the video. But anyway, this is for par. I'm gonna wrap this up. I hope you've enjoyed this. Some commentary rounds coming soon from my professional events. Hope you're good, and this is definitely a course you want to go and play. So if you are near, or if you want to drive 7 hours, then go play it. It's good.